Hi everyone, and welcome back to Love Molinar. How is everyone doing? So, I am excited. I want to talk about the energy of soulmates, these new soulmates, and sex and sexual attraction. So, for some, you probably have met this person or you're about to meet this person. And when you meet this person, one or two things may happen. Either you are just immediately drawn to them, like there's just something about them and you can't put your finger quite on which one. And the person, your soulmates, now they're real good looking. And I say soulmates, it does not matter the gender. They're really good looking, extremely intelligent, very smart. Some of them are very, very playful, great sense of humor. Some of them are very, very serious, very grounded. And depending on where you're at, it's not going to be like, oh, we're both this. There is going to be the balance. There's the balance in polarity. But I believe that a lot of the traits between the both of you will be similar and they'll be very complementive. Excuse me. But in saying that, what I feel is that there is that sexual attraction. It's going to take both people or one person by surprise because it is going to be out of nowhere where, you're going about your daily life, and when you meet this person, it's going to be like everything, all systems go with this person. You're just going to be thinking about 5 million nasty things that you want to do with them, and it's just the way it is. And it will take you by surprise for some, and for some, you're just going to just eat. There is an undeniable chemistry between you and this person, and I feel like aside from the sexual connection and, because chemistry and sexual connection is two different things, but these connections, they have such chemistry with one another. So the banter, the flirting, it's all there. And again, it's going to come out of nowhere. Like you just met this person and you're flirting with them and you're making eye contact with them. You're wanting to know them, but yet you want to do really nasty things with them and sex them up and down and flip them up and down. And it brings on this giddiness, this happiness of that type of like new young love, and almost like taking you back to, first love, teenager love, whoever had, great teenage first love or late teens or 20s, but definitely taking you back to a love that is going to be quite significant for some, and these connections are not going to be fly by night. These are going to be built to last. And that is because this is what you called in. For those who have consciously prayed and manifested this, and you will see that clearly this is what you've called in. And for some people who, like to write lists, and that say, write, how there's always that exercise when, you're looking for love and a self-help, they're like, write down what you want, be very, very specific. You may find the piece of paper or journal entry that you've written down, and what you wrote down is exactly what this person is. And I feel that it's showing us the power of intention, the power of co-creation in the universe, that we do sometimes get exactly what it is that we want. But I feel with this person, it's going to be far greater. I feel that, and divine disguise had come out. I remember when I first got the Divine Circus deck, I know Divine Disguise came out in like, what is the surprise that the universe wants you to know, that there's a divine disguise. Definitely when it came to love lives. And I feel that one of the divine disguises is that this person is going to far surpass what you thought that you wanted or could have. Like they're going to check boxes and create boxes that you did not even consider that you wanted to have that box checked, or even have certain things on your list. And it's going to be it's going to be pretty intense, and everyone's going to deal with it different. Some people will run a little bit and run, and it's like that zzz, and you get like stung, and you just trying to take a step back and be in the energy of flow, of not wanting to control. And this is another thing of letting your foot off of the brake and not trying to control the situation, trying to control this person, how this happens, having this type of expectation. The only expectation you should have is to expect to show up and be who you are and say who you are and just be. That's the only expectation that you should be having. Oh, and also to have an amazing time, with this person. And I feel like you don't have to do much to have a good time with this person. I feel like you and this person can just be in a room with each other and just have a great time with one another. There is that type of easiness with one another, but there's also that it's just like that zzz, that between each other. Like you may want to just strangle this person, but you want to strangle them and then kiss them, and hug them like that type of, a connection. And also passion. I feel that the passion's going to come. These people, like the more you get to know this person, the more you spend time with this person, the more you are intimate with this person physically and emotionally and mentally, the passion, it's going to really rear its head. I feel for right now, the passion is there, but it's not like really, really into the connection yet, because I feel like it's the universe's way of breaking you both into one another's lives, because it's already hot, it's already intense. And if the passion came in the way it's going to be between you and this person, like right off the bat, it would really be really scary, I believe, for one person. Like really too much for one. And it will cause that person to become unbalanced. And then when that happens, it slows the union down, it postpones it, because then it's now you're operating out of fear and the lower self. And so I feel that with you and this person, there's a patience. And I feel another indicator is that you're not going to want to rush anything with this person. And so it's just like, okay, we'll see. All right, let's just, like that. Let's just see. All right. It's not like you want to rush anything with them. You just know you want for things to flow with them, and vice versa, And so I feel that already is a major, major indicator of a new beginning. Because I feel that for some with their previous connections, there were a lot of control issues on both sides. And, being able to just be, to accept, to surrender, to understand that, and accept that you have met your soulmate. They have now showed up in your life, and they are who you think they are. It's no more like, is this the one? I think this is it, or is she it? I feel on a soul level something awakened in you, and you know who this person is. But right now, what's the most important thing is just being honest with yourself about it and who they are, and having no expectations, and understanding and knowing that you deserve this love. You deserve this big love, and it is a really big love. They are really into you. They're very, very deeply attracted to you. Don't know why they're attracted to you. They find you extremely fucking sexy. Extremely. And again, it's coming up. They're going to be one of those connections where they probably want to strangle you. And for some of those who are into sexual strangling, I mean, that could happen, but I'm talking about, like, when it's the person you love to hate, you're like, oh, I just want to strangle you sometimes, like that. It's on both sides. Both people feel that type of stuff for one another, but this is really exciting. But yes, very, very attracted to these soulmates, and they just came in, and they just was like, okay, I'm here. And both people either recognized it or one person recognized it, but definitely one or both people, which it's a lot with the soul connections when they come together. Either one person recognizes where they can put a label on it and say, oh, I feel like they feel like a soulmate, or they feel like a twin flame, or they feel like a life partner. And then others are where they are, I'm really attracted to this person, and I don't know, why I'm attracted to them yet. And which brings me to another message, is that, for connections, we talk about the polarity. So your soul connection, your soulmate, your twin, they like, for instance, they may not be, and depending on who you are, vice versa, one person is probably going to be more spiritually advanced and aware than the other person is going to be. And both people have very strong views about how they see the world. I feel that for both, it's having flexibility in respecting their partner and the way they see the world and the way things have played out. But definitely coming together, these soulmates, the one who is not as spiritually advanced or awakened, they are now starting their awakening with this relationship, with this connection. Okay? And I'll say connection because first and foremost, you're in a connection. Okay, you choose to be in a relationship. That's a human thing. So you then choose to be in a relationship. But definitely, it's the connection the both of you have to one another starts to spiritually ascend and awaken the other person. And the other person on the other end, who is spiritually awakened and is more spiritually evolved, they just keep evolving. And they keep ascending. And it's being able to meet each other, just like with anyone. It's being able to meet people exactly where they are. However, the obstacle, the challenge, if you call it that, is being able to keep our hearts open while we meet people exactly where they are, right? And vice versa. Like, we want for people to meet us, right where we are, and to meet us there with an open heart. And so will be a challenge for some, and it's a challenge for a lot of us, because that's just basic human, interaction. We are all not evolved on the same level all the time. So we're constantly changing. We're constantly having to adapt and have adaptability and also flexibility within ourselves, and so that we can have that with other people. So enjoy your new soulmates and new soul loves and opportunities. And also, and I know I said this in the other video, but I want to talk about new opportunities